Hey, we're back in the kitchen. I am so excited because you know how I love to can good things. And today I'm going to be making chocolate cherry jam. And it's from the New Ball book. And it's on page 35. Right there, page 35. And it is called chocolate cherry jam. And what you need for this is 6 cups of fresh or frozen pitted dark sweet cherries, coarsely chopped. 6 tablespoons of Ball Classic pectin, 1/4 cup of bottled lemon juice, 6 cups of sugar, and 2/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa. And that's what I have right here. So I didn't have any fresh cherries because it's just not time of the year yet, but I did have a couple of bags of these pie cherries. And each bag says it's 6 cups, but that's a whole cherry. So I used about 1.5 bags, and I chopped up 6 cups of cherries. Yum, those look delicious. And it's 6 tablespoons of the classic pectin, and you get it in these jars a lot now, but 6 tablespoons, according to the back of the jar, is the equivalent of 1 old box. So when you used to get the pectin in a box, it's the same amount. And 1/4 cup of lemon juice, bottled. 6 cups of sugar right here I have, and deliciousness, 2/3 cups of unsweetened cocoa. It seems like a lot of sugar, but this is unsweetened, so you know it's going to have to make up the difference. So what we're going to do first of all is I have a stainless steel pot, and I'm going to bring you over here because the first 3 ingredients, which is the cherries, the pectin, and the lemon juice, will go in the pot, and I will bring them to a full rolling boil. Now while that's happening, I'm going to mix the cocoa and the sugar together and get it nice and blended. And then when the mixture is at a full rolling boil that can't be stirred down, we're going to put the sugar and chocolate mixture in, return it to a full rolling boil, and boil hard for 1 minute. When that's done, we're going to put it in the jars, leaving a 1/4 inch headspace, and remove the bubbles, wipe the lids, you know, all that stuff, and then we're going to process them for 10 minutes. They have to be processed for 10 minutes, so because it's 10 minutes, they don't really have to be sterilized. I know that sounds crazy, but the 10 minutes is the same as the 10 minutes that you would sterilize them. But I do have them warm because this is going to be hot, and the temperature difference would not be fun if it broke a jar. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to bring you over here now, and we're going to put these things in here. I'm going to turn my burner on. Put these cherries in, and actually some of these were still frozen. My dad loves to eat frozen grapes, but I think I'm going to get him a bag of these frozen cherries one day because he will love them. And chocolate and cherries is awesome, and you know, together. And if you're thinking, well, why would you want to have chocolate cherry stuff on toast? You know, jam isn't always all about only having it on toast. I'm thinking for this, what I'm going to do is probably, I will, this is the pectin, I put the cherries in and the lemon juice, and now I'm going to sprinkle the pectin over. But I'm thinking more like using this for, say, like a pound cake, cut it up and spread this in between. And it will be delicious, or as a topper for ice cream, but there's a lot of things you would want to put chocolate and cherries on. So now that's going to seep out some liquids, so I'm going to let it cook. I'll bring you back after it's gone for a few minutes, and it'll start seeping out liquids, and it'll start to boil, and then I'll bring you back and show you what's going on then. Okay, this has been about, maybe 5 minutes, and you can see how much liquid is coming out of there now, and so that is starting to get pretty hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the sugar and the chocolate together so that it's ready when this comes to a boil. And a quick and easy way to do that, I've got this big bowl, and I can't find my bigger whisk, but a quick and easy way to do it is just to put the chocolate in there and then use a little whisk and kind of whisk it down in there, and it kind of will mix it up real nice. If my bigger whisk was here, who knows where that is, it would do it quicker. But this is the way I'm going to mix this together to get it all mixed really well, really thoroughly all the way through. So here in a second, as soon as that's boiling, I'll bring you back and we'll put the sugar in. I don't know if you can see with the steam, but you can see that's really boiling in there. And I don't want to fog up my camera, but trust me, it's boiling. So what I'm going to do now is all in one dump. I'm going to dump all the sugar and chocolate in. So I'm going to put you down while I do that. See if you can watch from here. Let's see. Oh, I don't want you to fall in there. All right. Good enough, sort of. Okay, here. We're going to pour the sugar and chocolate mixture. Some of it, I didn't get all of it mixed in, but that's good enough. A little bit there. Okay. Now, ooh, that smells so good. I'm going to mix that around now. And we're going to bring it back to a full rolling boil that can't be stirred down and let it boil hard for 1 minute. So I'm going to stir this up really well, get it to a boil, and then I'm going to set my timer for a minute, and I'll be back to you when that is finished and we're ready to jar it up. Here we are. Looks so good. Nice and, oh, just so good. And I kind of cut my cherries a little bit bigger because I like bigger chunks. Because a couple of other ways I could use this is, let's just say that you wanted to plain yogurt, and you had plain yogurt and you wanted to flavor it, you could put some in there. It would be delicious. But I do have all of my things set up. I've got a little dish to catch anything I might spill, putting it in the jar, and this jar is hot, just came out of the can or filled with warm or hot water. And I've got my little cloth to use the hot water here to wipe the rim. And there's lids in hot water ready to go. And these are the little Anchor Hawking jars that I showed. I've got my lid grabber and to get the air bubbles out. This I think I'm just going to tap because it's really runny anyway. And then I have my little funnel. So let's get to putting some in a jar and see how it looks. I'm sure it's going to be it smells so good. So good. And this, there's so many ways to use this. And even if you didn't firm up properly, you could still use it as like a syrup, a chocolate cherry syrup. So we're going to fill this up to 1/4 inch. And it's going to make about 6 half pints. Little bit more. There we go. Okay. And now I'm going to wipe the rim of the jar. Make sure that that's not going to hinder the seal from happening. See, there was a little bit on there. Put my lid on. Get my ring. And you tighten until it's tight and just a little bit further, but I like to use my little lid tool because I've really never had anything fail since I've been using it. So there we go. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the jars. Then I will put them, here I'll just get this one and put it here for you. So lift it straight up. Put it straight down in the boiling water canner, and there's about 2 inches of water above that. And then when they're all filled, I will turn this on, put the lid on, turn it on, let it come to a full boil. And then once it comes to a full boil, we'll time it for 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes is up, take the lid off, turn it off, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll take it out. So I'll see you then. All right, there it is. It boiled in boiling water. I started the timer. Once it started boiling, it went for 10 minutes. And then when that was done, I turned it off, took the lid off, and let it sit for 5 minutes. And it's so phenomenal. It's great. And you can see the cherries in there a little bit through the glass. So, oh, there's one where you can see the cherries. Yummy. And I had some of this left over, so I took it out and I put it in the fridge. It firmed up real nice, and it tastes so good. So I'm going to think of all kinds of good things to use this on. Anyway, I hope you try the fun and different kind of jellies and jams that you can make, and have fun doing it. Thanks for watching.